Poor thing. Jennifer's voice cut through the room as I slammed my fists into the punching pole. Deborah hadn't called since she asked for the lawyer, not a text. Suddenly, my music stopped. I struck the pole again, ignoring her, teeth clenched. Her heels clicked closer. I picked up my cigarette from the ashtray, lit it, and released the smoke into her face. She started coughing. I hope I don't get to kill you soon, I hissed. She smirked. You can't, because you need me more than you can admit, she taunted. Her eyes moved over me and shook her head. Anyways, I have some news for you. She reached into her bag and pulled out her phone. I raised a brow. She handed it to me. Deborah sat in a restaurant, smiling, laughing. A man wiped something from her lips. My grip weakened. Ouch, don't let my phone fall. Jennifer snatched it back. You don't know what your innocent lamb is capable of. Then Deborah's voice sounded from the phone. I'm breaking up with Anthonio. I froze. Jennifer smiled, holding the phone up. You know she came to my house and told me this. And even more. My knees buckled slightly. Jennifer grabbed my arm. Don't die already, baby boy. She laughed like a maniac. I swallowed. A tear slipped out. Don't tell me you're going to cry, she taunted. Deborah has moved on, you know. You were really not too good for her. With all your scandals, she needed someone clean and stable. And I really don't blame her. Jennifer continued mocking me. She rubbed my chest and I flinched. She chuckled. Can't believe a wildcat is crying now. Jennifer pulled my head into her chest and kissed it softly. I'm here for you. You can have me if you want. She lifted my face, then shrugged off her jacket. I grabbed her hair and yanked. Her eyes widened. Jennifer, I won't warn you again next time. I don't care if I've lost Deborah, but you, my hand closed around her neck. There is no chance for me and you. It will happen again. Her eyes widened in horror. If you ever step foot here again, you'd be the one crying. I dragged her across the floor and shoved her out the door. She screamed, scratching my arms. Immediately, the door slammed shut. My knees gave out. I collapsed, gasping, my hand gripping the floor. My chest tightened, my breath came out uneven, and, for the first time in my life, I felt close to dying.
Hello, I said as I stepped into the lawyer's office. It's been 2 days since Anthonio sent me her details. I needed to be careful because of George, so I laid low. Hi, darling, she said, kissing my cheeks. Sit, please. Let me get you coffee, she added. Anthonio mentioned your favorite. Here you go, she said, placing a cup in my hands. Remind me to come here every day then. I laughed, despite the heaviness in my heart. Feel free, my darling. I've been expecting you, she added. Yes. I had to settle some things, I told her. So, she said, did you bring all the documents? Yes. I pulled the thick file from my bag and laid it out. I'll need a few minutes. Drink your coffee and relax, she said. Darling, she called after a few minutes. I've reviewed the originals and these transfers, she said, and tapping the forged documents. We'll need to run a forensic signature analysis. They look exactly like yours. I swear I didn't sign those. I don't even know how it happened, I said, cursing George in my mind. Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of it. How long will it take? About 30 minutes. I'll send them to our team in charge. She pressed a button and a technician entered. She handed him the documents and instructed him. He nodded and left. Now, she said, turning to me. Tell me about you. I feel like we can be good friends. The story is sad, I murmured. Oh, darling, I can flip any sad story into joyful ones. She winked. More coffee? She asked, standing. No, I'm fine, I said. You know, she began, after my first husband died, I thought my life was over. I was married into a family that despised me, but he loved me. After he passed, I lost myself. I was just a struggling PA from a poor home, she continued. His family tried to force me to marry his younger brother. I refused, but something in me wanted to live again. And then life brought me a club owner, tattoos, dangerous, everything my first husband's family hated. A knock interrupted us. "Come in," she said. The technician stepped inside. "Ma'am, there is a signature discrepancy. This one," he pointed, "is forged. We've prepared the report." "Thank you," she said, taking the documents. "Well," she exhaled, "it seems we have someone to arrest. What do you intend to do about him?" "Legally?" she asked. "I'll think about it," I whispered. "Is the other letter ready?" "Yes." She printed a document and handed me 2 envelopes. "This one," she tapped the first, "is your proof of forgery. And this," she held out the second, "you are to serve George." "Thank you," I said, standing. "I'll be expecting you again. I don't like to tell half stories." "Of course he'll come again," I said with a smile. I walked out with my new evidence, ready to take down George. "Hello?" I said as I stepped into the lobby of my bank. George really thought I'll stop working. Because of my portrait at the gallery, I laughed. "Good morning, ma'am," the receptionist said. "Is that all we're having for Christmas?" I asked, pointing at the tree. What sort of decoration was this? Irritation filled me. "No, ma'am. We'll continue the decorations today. Boss asked us to put this one up so customers can feel the Christmas in the air." "Does this look good to you?" "The tree is standing alone. No ornaments. Why put it up if you're not ready to decorate properly?" "Call me the HR and get me a seat," I ordered. She reappeared with an office chair. "Here, ma'am." "I thought I asked you to call HR?" "Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to know where to put your bag." "On the table. Be smart." I snapped. A soft voice interrupted. "You're HR?" "Yes, Ma. How come I didn't see you at the board meeting?" "Ma, I was still on maternity leave," she answered, looking down. "Congratulations," I said. "You're aware of the annual Christmas party, right?" "Yes, ma'am." "That? I don't like it. Take it out, right now," I said, pointing at the tree. "For this year, we're going big. Very big. Modern, simple, sophisticated decor. Frames along the walls, lights on railing upstairs. Blue accents in the event hall. A golden Christmas tree at the entrance. Understood? "Yes, ma'am." "Tell the finance we're getting new decors on my orders," I added, picking up my bag and walked upstairs to the office lobby, but decided to go to George's office first. I reached George's door and put on my best smile. "I'm telling you now, you wouldn't listen. She is not what you think," Jennifer's voice snapped from inside. "Stay away from me and my family," George's voice followed. I eased the door open. "Hello," I said, glancing between the both of them. Jennifer instantly straightened the moment she saw me. "Deborah, I swear I didn't know you were coming," George said. "Deborah, hi," Jennifer squeaked. "Jenny, thank goodness you're here. I need help with the Christmas decor," I said, pretending not to suspect her. "No, baby, I need to go now. We'll catch up soon." Jennifer left quickly. "Oh, that was quick," I murmured. "We weren't doing anything," George said, putting his hands up. "We're doing a new Christmas decor. This year's celebration must be big. I want to give an opening speech tomorrow." "You didn't tell me you were resuming today," he said. "You don't want me here?" No, baby. I'd have left the car for you." "How sweet," I said. "Look at this." I brought out an envelope. "My speech for the big day. Let me know what you think." He scanned it. My phone vibrated and I glanced at the screen. "Your portrait is ready." The message read, "I need to be somewhere." I shot to my feet. "But I'm not done reading," George called after me. "Tell me what you think when I'm home," I replied, then shut the door behind me. I booked a ride and headed straight to Anthonio's office. "Wow, this is so good," a voice drifted out as I got to the door. "Yeah," Anthonio's voice answered. "I'm glad you like it," he said again. "I'll be coming again," the woman said. My heart pounded. What was going on in there? I shut my eyes, refusing to allow weird thoughts sink in. "Sure, I'll be expecting you," Anthonio replied. "I got the text." I stepped in, glancing at Anthonio. "I'll see you again," he told the woman. "Sure," she replied, then walked out. The portrait is ready for you? Anthonio muttered, dragging a broad frame into the center and removing the cloth. George's face stared back at me. I hope you can fix your marriage, Anthonio said. Or do you want me to paint your new boyfriend too? He added. What are you saying? I whispered. Isn't that why you ended things with me? So you could move on with him? He's more responsible, right? His said, bitterly. Anthonio, what are you talking about? I asked, confusion swirling over me. Cut the pretense, Deborah. Maybe you should fill me in, because I am confused. He pulled out his phone and shoved it toward me. A video of Jeremy and me at the restaurant. How did you get this? I asked. Does it matter? He shot back. Jennifer sent you this, and you believed her? How long has this been going on? He demanded. Anthonio, you're really saying this to me? Why did you break up with me? He fired. I walked to the frame, lifted it off the stand, and turned back. You should also tell me why Jennifer keeps coming here if you two are no longer together, I said, then ran out, tears blinding me. I can't let you go, Deborah. I heard Anthonio's voice as I stepped into the elevator. I looked up at him, and he stood there, breathing hard, tears streaking down his face. Without hesitation, he lifted me up and carried me back into his studio. I banned Jennifer from coming here. I've never been with anyone else, he whispered in my ear, dropping me gently on the floor. I could see the wild desire in his eyes. I was just too angry when I saw that video. Don't leave me again, Deborah. He said, I missed you so much. He continued. Anthonio, kiss me, you are talking too much. I said, pulling his head down. Let me talk, because I can't leave without you. He said, you won't. I promise. I reassured him. But you're going back to him? He asked, glancing at the frame. Make love to me where I cleaned your wound. I miss you so much. I said instead, please wear gowns often. He whispered. You like it? I asked. Yes, it's easy to remove. He replied, winking. Make love to me, Anthonio. I kissed him immediately. A guttural growl rumbled from Antonio's throat. I clutched him, my fingernails digging into his shoulders, aching for more kisses. He seized my hips, pulling me closer as his lips met mine. Anthonio, I breathed. I yearned for you every day, I confessed. I need you, he replied. Say my name, darling, he said. Anthonio. Call me baby. Anthonio. Say it louder, Anthonio. You are mine, Deborah. Yes. You are not breaking up, because I swear, darling, I am not leaving you, he continued. Yes. Oh, yes, he murmured. He held me close, his breathing uneven as our bodies finally relaxed. How are you feeling? He asked. I chuckled. I just remembered you asked me this the first we made love. I turned away, my cheeks reddening. Look at me, darling, he said, lifting my chin. I always want to make sure you're fine. Thank you, I whispered. Let's get you cleaned, he said, leading me to the bathroom. I need you again, I said. Baby, you know I like to take my time. I know, just be a bit quick, I said. Anthonio? Oh yeah, baby! Minutes later, he wrapped a robe around me and carried me out. You know, I have legs, I said. Well, I enjoy carrying you, he replied. Aren't you going to get dressed? I asked. No, in case you change your mind, he said. Anthonio. I wish you could stay over, he murmured. Do me a favor, I said. What is that? Wrap this and bring it to the address I'll send you by 12 p.m. tomorrow. Would that make you mine instantly? Just do as I say, I replied. Deborah. See you tomorrow, I said, walking out of his studio. At least let me drop you off, he said. But I winked at him walking away. My phone rang. Where the hell did you keep your phone? Jeremy's voice sounded urgent. Is everything all right? Check your message quickly. I opened it. Jennifer and Mr. Chick were hanging my photograph in the art gallery. My phone slipped from my hand. Jennifer betrayed me. The next day was our annual Christmas ball, and I was ready to take back what belongs to me and pay back every betrayal in my life. Wow, you look gorgeous. George's voice slid behind me, his breath brushing my neck. He held 2 glasses of wine like a man performing romance. He had been glued to my side all morning, hovering, smiling too much, touching too often. I clicked my teeth. We walked into the company hand in hand, and the shock on the staff's faces was satisfying. If only they knew what was coming. "Thank you," I said, taking the wine from him. He leaned in toward my lips. I moved back with a laugh. "What are you trying to do?" "Kiss you," he said. "What?" "George, we're in public, and I have lipstick on." "You're my wife. Since when did I become his trophy?" I shook my head. I handed him my glass and turned away. "Let me welcome the guests. They need to know I'm back." I walked off, my gown catching the light, the slit brushing my thigh. Eyes followed my movement. "Look at you." Jennifer appeared with a bright smile. "Turn around," she said. I did, laughing. Her face glowed, but after yesterday, I couldn't tell if it was real. "I thought you wouldn't make it," I said with a smile. "I wouldn't miss your grand return for anything in the world," she said. We exchanged a side hug just as Jeremy walked in. "Oh, schoolboy is here," Jennifer giggled. I nudged her. Jeremy's eyes scanned the hall, then landed on me. He stopped. Looks like he's mesmerized," Jennifer murmured. "Of course he would be," I said. He started toward us, but the moment he saw Jennifer, his expression hardened. I moved quickly to intercept him. "What is that witch doing here?" he hissed. "Jeremy, I've got a plan. I need you to cooperate," I whispered. His hand rested on my waist. "All right, but I'm watching." "You look beautiful. That should have been the first thing I said," he said, kissing my cheeks. "Yes," I laughed. "That's my wife." George's voice cut in. Jeremy stepped back. "Hello, husband," Jeremy said, stretching his hand. But George ignored it. Jeremy smirked. I mouthed sorry. He winked. George's expression tightened. "Why did you invite him?" Before I could answer, a stir rippled through the hall. George and I moved forward. Then I saw him, Anthonio. He stood at the edge of the hall in black, still, watching. My body reacted instantly. "What is this bastard doing here?" George snapped, gripping my hand. "George, I invited him. He's bringing something for me." "You invited him?" Jennifer said. "Who is he?" Jeremy asked. I slipped my hand from George's and walked to Anthonio. "Oh my God, you look breathtaking," he said, attempting to kiss me. "George is watching," I whispered. "Just give me the frame." He frowned but handed it over. "Stay. I'll see you soon." He nodded. I returned to George. "It's time to start." He looked pleased at the package. He kissed my temple and walked to the stage. The staff lined up. Jennifer stayed beside me. Across the hall, Anthonio stood still, watching. "I can't believe you invited him," Jennifer muttered. "I need George's portrait, Jenny. I couldn't go there alone." "You could have asked me." "Jennifer, I can't use you for everything." She went quiet, her gaze drifting back to Anthonio. I studied her, shaking my head, her betrayal cutting deep. George finished his speech and called my name. Applause filled the hall. I walked up. He kissed my cheek. I took the mic. "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen." Faces lit up watching me. George looked proud. Jeremy calmly. Jennifer curious. Anthonio intense. Today we celebrate our annual gathering, but a change will also take place tonight. The room stilled. "First, let's sing a birthday song for George McField." He returned, smiling. I handed him the box. He opened it, saw his portrait, and turned it to the crowd. Gasps followed. He pulled me into a hug. "Thank you, baby," he said. "You're welcome," I replied. I faced the audience again. "You see, in life, sometimes you must take a step to return to who you are." The room leaned in. As you grow, you'll realize trust is fragile, and most times, the people closest to us are the ones who break it. George's smile faded. I'd like George McField, my husband, to come back on stage. His gift isn't over. The staff clapped again, unsure. I signaled for my bag, took out 2 envelopes, and handed them to him. He opened the first. His hands tremble and his face went pale instantly. Is this a joke? The hall went silent, and curiosity filled my staff's faces. George stared at the document. Is this a joke? He repeated. Why don't you open the second one? He did. Careful, I said. I have copies. He read it, then laughed. You think you can throw me out like this? He roared after everything I did. My time, my effort. I grew this bank, Deborah, he shouted. By stealing from me. I cut in. You opened another account and moved company funds. That's why you fired my accountant. Loud gasp tore through the hall. George's face drained. You can't do this. Try me. Murmurs began to spread out. I have all the evidence, George. I suggest you leave quietly, unless you want the authorities involved. The whispers grew louder. Jennifer froze. Jeremy stared. Anthonio took a step forward, then stopped. I'm sorry for the disruption, I said to the audience. The party can continue. I stepped away from the mic. Then something happened. Ladies and gentlemen, George's voice rang out. Did you know my wife had her private pictures displayed in an art exhibition? Silence hit the hall. I stopped, my breath hooked. Everyone has seen her. Go search for it's on the internet. He sneered. The room shifted. Shut up. Jennifer's voice cut through the hall loudly. That's too low, George. Coming from you, she said. I turned, surprised. Should I show your staff what you've been doing? She continued. Should I show them how you cheat? Gasps spread. I stepped closer to George. Fuck you, I said quietly, then walked off. My heels echoed across the floor. Jeremy opened his arms. I leaned into him. Thank you, I said. What did you give him? A divorce. He chuckled. I'm proud of you. Debbie, Jennifer called me. You, Jeremy snapped. It's okay, I said. I faced her. Jennifer. Why? She looked down. I know everything, Jennifer. I thought I mattered to you. But lately, it feels like I didn't. I'm sorry. I got jealous. Anthonio loves you. Even George begged you. And I... Her voice broke. And I don't have that. Since my divorce, men only want my body or my money. She placed a hand on her chest. So when I saw how Anthonio chose you, I lost control. I really liked him. I exhaled. Jennifer, look at what jealously made you do. You wanted to destroy me. You didn't even think twice. Please. I'm sorry. I need to be alone. I don't think I can trust you again. I walked away. I exhaled the moment I entered my office. I picked up the wine on my table and took a sip, staring ahead. I didn't know you'd forget me. I turned. Anthonio leaned against the door. Did you follow me? I said, I'll never leave you, remember. He stepped closer, his gaze fixed on me. Anthonio, I found the perfect word for you, he said, brushing his lips against my shoulder. What is it? Fire. He moved closer. My body reacted. Anthonio, Shh. He kissed me. What did you want to say? He pulled back slightly. What do you want to say? Anthonio, could you excuse me? He smiled. I slipped off the table, steadying myself. Really? A sad expression formed in his eyes. Anthonio, I want to take things slowly. I want to enjoy life for me, leave for me. You said you love me, but I can't do love right now. I just want to focus on myself. He went quiet for a moment. Well, I still love you, he said with a small smile. Anthonio, it's okay. Take your time. I'm not leaving. I laughed softly. What does that even mean? Whatever it means to you. He picked up my wine and drank, his eyes still on me. And just like that, I knew this wasn't over. 3 years later, my father walked me down the aisle to go meet the man who had loved me like I was his life. "Oh my goodness, is this real?" Anthonio whispered, his grin wide and boyish as my father placed my hand into his. He looked devastatingly handsome in his gray suit, standing tall before me, eyes shimmering with a love so deep it made my chest ache. For a fleeting second, the world narrowed to just us. "Take care of my daughter," my father said, his voice thick with emotion. "With my life," Anthonio replied without hesitation. Laughter rippled through the church, warm and approving. He leaned in to kiss me, but I smacked his him away playfully. "The priest hasn't said you can kiss me yet," I warned. "Ouch," he groaned dramatically, rubbing his shoulder as if I'd wounded him. I laughed, and nerves and joy tangling in my chest as he led me toward the altar. "Thank you so much for choosing to do life with me," he murmured, his eyes glassy with emotion. "No," I whispered back, my voice cracking. "Thank you for showing me what true love really is." My heart pounded. This moment felt unreal, sacred, overwhelming, and earned. "We welcome you all to Deborah and Anthonio's wedding ceremony," the priest announced warmly, "as they come together as husband and wife." Soft music filled the church as we stepped forward, the sound echoing against stained glass and quiet prayers. When we reached the altar, the music faded into reverent silence. "You have gathered here today," the priest continued, "before God and your loved ones, is to witness holy matrimony, a sacred sacrament ordained by God to bind your lives in love and service to one another." Anthonio squeezed my fingers gently, and I squeezed back. "Anthonio Roberts," the priest said, holding out the microphone. "Do you take Deborah McField to be your lawfully wedded wife before the church and your loved ones?" "Yes, I do," Anthonio answered firmly, emotion swelling in his voice. "With everything in me." The congregation laughed softly. "Deborah McField," the priest turned to me, "do you take Anthonio Roberts to be your lawfully wedded husband before the church and your loved ones?" "Yes, I do," I said, steady despite the storm in my chest. With assurance. Anthonio winked at me and my heart nearly burst. "You may now present the rings." Anthonio reached into his pocket and pulled out a small box. The priest blessed it before handing it back. "You may now say your vows." Anthonio cleared his throat, taking the microphone. "Everybody listen," he said, glancing at the crowd, then back at me. Warm laughter spread through the church. "You see this woman right here," he continued, his voice deepening. "From the very first day she walked into my studio, I knew she was my queen. Her presence taught me the true meaning of life. She made me want to become better, not just for her, but for myself." My vision blurred. I had never been claimed like this, never been loved this boldly. "With this ring," he said, sliding it onto my finger, "I promise to love and protect you with my life. My body and soul belong to you. I swear to make every day of your life happier than the last. This I vow before God and man. I love you, Deborah McField." The microphone shifted to me. I hadn't realized I was crying until my voice trembled. "Anthonio, thank you," I whispered. "I thought I knew love until I met you. You showed me what I had been missing. You healed the heart of this woman, and I am forever yours." He gently wiped my tears with his handkerchief. "With this ring," I said, sliding it onto his finger. "Anthonio Roberts, I give you my body and soul willingly. All that I am is yours. I promise to love and respect you, to stand by you through the good times and good times, because we're not having bad days, baby." The congregation laughed. "To bear our children, and to fill them with our love. I love you, Anthonio Roberts." Tears, laughter, and applause filled the church. The priest cleared his throat, smiling. "By the power vested in me by the church, Before God and before man, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Thunderous applause erupted. Music swelled. Anthonio cupped my face and kissed me. Not gentle, not hesitant, but full, claiming, overflowing with promise. He devoured my lips until the crowd screamed and drums rolled in celebration. When he finally pulled back, my lipstick was smeared across his face. I laughed through tears. And in that moment, with God as our witness, and love as our foundation, I knew this was forever.